Statistics from the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit DOVVVSU show that cases of gender-based violence, especially among women and girls, continue to go underreported and stigmatized. The few cases that are reported by victims who muster courage to do so mostly miss justice. In this report, GBC News' Oforiwa Darko looks at the social responses of gender-based violence, from reporting to prosecution of perpetrators and care and support for victims.
I work with an 11-year-old girl who was into commercial sex work at Obrasport, behind Obrasport at Cycle. What happened? The stepfather defiled her. When she told the mother disbelieved her and she ran away. So there are many of these cases dotted around all the nooks and crannies of our nation.
In October 16, 2021, a 31-year-old woman was stabbed by her 40-year-old husband in front of her 6-year-old daughter after being battered by her husband at Nyantrenias in the Ashanti region of Ghana. On 30th March 2021, a 38-year-old man, Gali Gallo, battered his 34-year-old wife, Beatrice Logosu, to death. The suspect, Gali Gallo, was apprehended after he secretly sent the victim's body for preservation at the mortuary. A man allegedly beat his wedded wife to death at a Trimagogo in the Ashanti region 6 months into their marriage. A 45-year-old painter, John Arthur, in August 28, 2021, was arrested by the police after he allegedly defiled a 6-year-old girl at Sotium in the Greater Accra region. And in December 2021, a 42-year-old woman was beaten to pulp by her husband at Mahim Galilea, Kaswa, following a misunderstanding between the couple. These are among cases of gender-based violence that happened before family, friends and neighbors identified previous signs of physical abuse meted out by the husbands of the victims. Although victims of such crimes find it difficult to report to authorities, statistics available at the Accra Regional Office of the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit DOVVVSU show that reported cases of abuse keep increasing by day.
Most of these cases go unreported. They don't get to the limelight. And even where they have gotten to the limelight, survivors and their families often get the raw end of the stick.
Clinical psychologist and coordinator at the Coalition of Domestic Violence Legislation Ghana, Mr. Adolf Ewukubekwin, further reiterated the need for accessibility of specialized support system in emergency settings, especially in deprived communities across the country. Mr. Adolf Ewukubekwin said access to justice for victims of gender-based violence is crucial in responding to the needs of survivors and changing the narrative of gender-based violence.
I must admit that the police are doing tremendously well. We've moved and they are doing so well compared to yesteryears. But there are still bottlenecks, serious bottlenecks that do not offer opportunity for survivors and their family to have access to justice and to be rehabilitated well.
Statistics available at the Domestic Violence and Victims Support Unit DOVVVSU of the Ghana Police Service indicate that 1,047 girls were defiled, while 305 women were raped in 2020. However, the number of reported cases was less than the actual number of incidents that occurred. For GBC News, Oforiwa Darko reporting.